The prototype episode that we're working on with Studio Bones is one of the darker episodes in the anthology, and it tells the tale of a very duty-focused, duty-oriented soldier who's had a pretty tragic life, actually, and some pretty tragic events play out in this episode.
Director Muraki actually is what we would call a disciple of an original anime director named Ichiro Itano, who designed these aerial missile battle sequences in the title called Robotech. It was so amazing in a sense that a term came up called Itano Circus, the circus of basically the missiles in the sky. And Muraki actually is a student of that animation director, and he now is considered the best person to create such action sequences. So now a new term has developed called the Muraki Circus for the missile circus that he does. When Aramaki and I initially were talking about the idea of this project, I think Aramaki immediately had a thought of approaching director Muraki and also the Studio Bones, just because the story lends itself very well to the director's strength. So I think the end result really brought out everything that we expected, and we couldn't be more happy.
I was approached about the Halo Legends project as directors Muraki and Kyoto were just coming off an anime theatrical feature project called Eureka 7. I'm terrible at action games, but of course I was aware of Halo. Its deep sci-fi story and universe were very interesting to all of us. So we wanted to take the challenge of creating a story of Halo in a visual format, perhaps even upping the visual aesthetic and taking the action up a notch higher. Something even greater than we were able to achieve in Eureka 7.
何をやってる総員退却命令が出てるんだぞ退却民間人の避難は済んでもまだ前線には取り残された部隊がいるんですよ手遅れだ
I think that duty and responsibility and decency are often all tied up. If they're correct, if you're not just blindly obeying orders, then acting according to your duty and your responsibility is a very moral thing. In this case, it's the honorable thing for this guy to do, and he takes great risk and great responsibility to try and atone for what he considers sins of his past. But bluntly, he's been in a war and a lot of things are out of your control. And he's trying to atone for things that I don't think, as a viewer, are actually his fault. But he feels the responsibility for his men. And that's one of the bigger tragedies in this episode.
We wanted to tell a story about a normal human soldier, not about Spartans or Master Chief. With that, we knew we would be able to create incredible mecha action sequences never seen before. Director Muraki is obviously the master in creating mecha action, so my role in this project was to develop a complementary human drama around it. I actually wanted to focus on telling the story of the people on the battlefield, their emotions, fears, and regrets, and their ultimate redemption. That's what I thought was so great about the Halo games themselves. It's not just the incredibly detailed universe or the action, but this story of courage, valor, and sacrifice at the heart of it.
Master Chief is obviously the most well-known hero in the Halo universe, but I also wanted to show a heroic image of normal human soldiers as well, those who might not be so-called super soldiers. The power suit designed by Shinji Aramaki was a perfect conduit to create that, a prototype designed for normal humans.
Aramaki's design for the prototype battlesuit is really cool. It really fits into the piece well, and although he didn't direct it personally, you can see that he's a huge fan of the game and that he took a lot of his love for the Halo series and put it into the design of that suit in the segment.
I've long admired Aramaki's designs of powered armor in his past anime works, and always wanted to work with him utilizing that design aesthetic. When he first came to discuss the project, he actually took out his pencil and sketched his rough design on the spot. When I saw that, I said, that's it, and decided that I really wanted to work on this episode. That sketch really stimulated my imagination to create over-the-top action sequences that are both aerial and ground-based.
One of the biggest challenges we had was finding a way to take the mecha, the power suit armor that is very specific to the studio working on this episode, but still giving it a look and feel, transferring over things like the line of a Spartan visor, for example, or the labeling, the kinds of decals and the kinds of colors and the kinds of weights of objects, to take that Halo feel and apply it to the kind of awesome power armor that we get in Prototype.
A power suit is a vehicle, obviously. But once a human character slips into it, the suit itself actually becomes a real character, I think. That's how I chose to approach the story.
Halo players love new stuff. They love new equipment, they love new vehicles, they love new weapons. And we've combined equipment, vehicles, and weapons into this prototype suit that the episode is named after. And I think there's going to be a fairly reasonable calling to get stuff like that in future games.